Good morning, students. Myself, Dr. Wagheri Haribhau, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, Maharaja Jivajirao Shinde Mahavidyalaya Srigonda, District Ahmednagar. The main aim of this video is only for educational purpose. Our college is affiliated to Savitribai Phule University of Pune, and the main aim of this video is only for educational purpose. And in this university, the syllabus is a choice based credit system. That is, there are 2 credits for each paper in each semester. For theory paper there are 35 marks, and in this way, in this Corona-19 pandemic situation, we are going to organize this type of online session for the purpose of education. And in our FIBSc, the name of paper is Plant Morphology and Anatomy. In that paper, we have completed first credit of paper second, that is Plant Morphology and Anatomy. And in that paper, second credit is about the anatomy, first credit is about morphology, and in that second credit anatomy, the types of tissues we have completed last time in the last video. And in today's video, we are going to learn about the permanent tissue. It is a type of a simple tissue, and the permanent tissue are again divided, or it is of 3 types, that is parenchymatous cells, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. In this way, in today's video, we are going to discuss some points about this permanent tissue. That tissue is derived from meristematic tissues, and the meristematic cells increase in dimension and it assume a definite shape, size, and these tissue can resume meristematic activities under certain conditions. What is the activity, or what is the main function of the meristematic tissue? They have to divide, redivide. The length is going on, the width is increases, and the diameter of the plant or the organ also increases. And the main activity, that is meristematic activity, means what? The division, cell division takes place. Then permanent tissue may be living or dead types. Then permanent tissue is also called as a simple tissue. We know that simple tissue is also called a permanent tissue, and they consist of group of uniform cells. Uniform means similar type of cells performing similar functions also. Then the common permanent simple tissue of plants are parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Then which are the different characteristic features of parenchyma, which is the structure of that parenchymatous tissue. Then which are the characteristic features? First character, listen very carefully, it is a very interesting for the study of anatomy. The parenchyma is a most common type of permanent tissue. These are parenchymatous cells, tissues. It is a very common, it is the most common type of meristematic tissue, and they consist of collection of cells. We know the definition of tissue, that is a group of cell, collection of cells that have essentially same diameter. That permanent tissue or parenchymatous tissue is a same diameter. Then which is the another characteristic features of parenchymatous tissue? They are usually living, they may be oval, they may be spherical, They may be polygonal in shape. We know that the oval shape, we know spherical shape, and we know polygonal shape also. Spherical or polygonal. Poly means many, gonal means angled, many angled structure. Then they have with intercellular spaces. See, here is a one cell, there is a one cell, and between these cells there is a space. That space is called a intercellular spaces. And in these parenchymal cells there is a intercellular spaces are present. Okay, these are very important characteristic features of the parenchymal cells, and they have abundant active protoplasm. They have also abundant active protoplasm. Protoplasm is also called as cytoplasm, and it is also abundant and it is also active. Then which is another characteristic features of parenchyma? These cells have thin wall made up of cellulose. See this? This is a very thin wall, and that wall of the parenchyma is made up of cellulose, and the cells are capable of division. They have, that is the important characteristic features of meristematic tissue. They have a capacity to divide and redivide. Then which is another characteristic features of that parenchyma? The parenchyma may be called as a ground tissue, or it is also known as a fundamental tissue, because most of the specialized tissue are supposed to be derived from this. It is a basic, it is a fundamental, it is a ground tissue, because other tissue they are derived from these parenchyma cells. Okay. Then which is another characteristic features of the parenchyma? It is found in cortex. Where is the location? Where it found? It is found in the cortex, pith region, medullary rays, and mesophils of the cell of leaves. We know when we take the anatomical section of the leaf, and we have seen different types of mesophil cells are found in that leaves. It is found in the pulp of fruits also. When we take the transverse section of the fruit pulp, then we can see that there is a parenchymatous cells are present. Then what is the main functions of these parenchyma cells? What is the parenchyma tissue? Listen very carefully, students. The parenchyma cells sometimes contain chloroplast. It is having a chloroplast. And we know that when chloroplast is there, it work in the process of photosynthesis. It is useful in the process of photosynthesis, which is used in the preparation of food. We know that sometimes contain chloroplast within it, and hence it is known as a chlorenchyma. When there is a chloroplast is present in the parenchyma cells, that is called a chlorenchyma. Chloroplast, chlorenchyma. Parenchyma modified into chlorenchyma. Modified means it is present in the chloroplast, therefore it is called a chlorenchyma. Then what is the function of that chlorenchyma? It is greenish in color, and therefore it performs the functions of the photosynthesis, which is very important process in the physiology of the life of the plant. Then it does the functions of food manufacture. Means this chlorenchyma, it is a industry, is the manufacturer of the food which is required for the growth and development of the plant. And what about in aquatic plants? In aquatic plant, the air cavities are present in between the cells. See, this is the air cavity. This is the one cell, this is another cell, this is another cell, this is another cells, and there is a cavity is present in that within the parenchymal cells, and that air cavity are present present between the cells. These parenchymatous tissue are called arraenchyma. Arraenchyma. That is called arraenchyma. See this is a structure showing arraenchyma. When there is a air cavities, arraenchyma. When there is a chloroplast, chlorenchyma. And what is the function of this arraenchyma then? It makes the aquatic plants lighter. It become a lighter. Lighter means कमी वजनाचा असं म्हणू आपण थोडक्यात, and enables them to float on the water. And when there is a air in the cells, then that cells can be float on the water. And without arraenchyma, it is very hard. It is very hard thing to float on the water. Then the parenchyma perform main functions as a food storage. Some plants, it store the food also, and it is one of the important functions of the parenchyma. It store the food. While in fleshy stems, we know that there are different plants, they have fleshy stems, and leaves also. Parenchyma cells functions as a water storage tissue in most of the plant. One of the best example of that parenchyma tissue or the food storage tissue, best example of that plant is opuntia. आपण म्हणतो मराठीमध्ये सांगायचं झालं तर निवडुंगाचे जे काही वेगवेगळे प्लांट आहेत, फ्लेशी लीफ असल्यासारखे वाटतात, फ्लेशी स्टेम वाटतो आपल्याला, and it stores the water, it stores food material in the leaves and stem also. In this way parenchyma plays very vital role. Then what about next? Chlorenchyma, cholenchyma, not chlorine, cholenchyma. Another type is a cholenchyma. What is the structure of that cholenchyma? Cholenchyma is a type of parenchyma also. It has some elongated cells. The cells are elongated, लांब असतात, elongated, whose walls are thickered, यांच्या wall जाड असतात, thick असतात, thick walled cells are there, thickered, and the thickened at the longitudinal strips, या longitudinal strips होते ते thick झालेले असतात. It may be angular, it may be oval, or it may be polygonal. Then on the basis of thickening, what about cholenchyma? We are going to learn the characteristic features about the cholenchyma, and on the basis of thickening of the cell walls and arrangements of cells, three forms of cholenchyma have been recorded. How many types of cholenchyma are there? Three types of cholenchyma on the basis of thickening of the cell wall. Which are that? First is the angular, second is a lacunate, or that is also known as a tubular, and third is a plate or lamellar cholenchyma. In this way there are three types of cholenchyma also. Then what about angular cholenchyma? This is the angular cholenchyma. See, this is the longitudinal strips, and in this angular cholenchyma, it is the most common type where deposition is localized to the junctions between the cells. There is a deposition. Where deposition is there? Junction. When there are connections of the two cells, in that connection there is a deposition of the cells between the cells, and it is compact tissue consisting of irregularly arranged cells without intercellular spaces. There is no intercellular space. See this. This is the one cell, this is the one cell, this is a compactly arranged cells. They have compact, there is no intercellular spaces. But in parenchyma cells, there is a intercellular spaces. This is the main difference between this angular cholenchyma and parenchyma. Okay. Then what about the tubular cells, tubular cholenchyma or lacunate cholenchyma? It is the second type of cholenchyma. It is intercellular spaces. Lacunate, see, this is a space, this is a space, this is a space, and there is a intercellular spaces in a lacunar or tubular collenchyma, and the thickenings are restricted to the walls regions bordering on spaces. There is a border and there is an intercellular space. This is a, see, this is a intercellular space, this is a intercellular space, this is a intercellular space. This we have to observe that there is an intercellular space. When we take the transverse section also, then we can also found this type of cells is there. Then what about plate or laminar collenchyma? This is a laminar thickenings. Then what about, which are the characteristic features of this laminar collenchyma? It is the third type of collenchyma. We know that it consists of compactly arranged cells. Compact. See this, there is no air spaces, there is a compact, घट्ट म्हणतो मराठीमध्ये आपण त्याला एकदम चिटकून, compactly arranged cells with a vigorously thickened, एकदम जाड, tangential wall is there, tangential walls, thus the cells appears like plates, and therefore that cells looks like a plate or bands. You see this is a bands, and this is called as a lamellar thickening or lamellar collenchyma, or that is also known as a plate collenchyma. Then what is the functions of this collenchyma? We know that the collenchyma cells remain alive even after the maturity and sometimes contain chloroplast. It is also having a chloroplast, and we know that the function of the chloroplast, they are more or less rounded, they are more or less rounded or polygonal in transverse section. When we take the transverse section, we can found that it is a rounded or it is polygonal. Then collenchyma cells have thickenings due to deposition of cellulose impregnated with pectin. There is a pectin. Then cells are never lignified and have simple pits in their walls. Then collenchyma is present in hypodermis. It is present in the hypodermis of dicotyledonous plants, dicotyledonous stem also, particularly in the ridges if there is a present. It is particularly present in the ridges if there is a ridge. And it is absent from the roots. The collenchyma cells absent in the roots of monocotyledonous stems. Monocotच्या stem मध्ये आपल्याला हा collenchyma आढळत. Then what is the functions of this collenchyma? What is the function? The collenchyma is somewhat flexible tissue and it gives tensile strength. That is one of the important characters. It gives the tensile strength to the growing organs. Strength, that is important function of the collenchyma. Then it adapts self readily to rapid elongation stem due to its extensible nature. Elongation and extensible nature असल्यामुळे ते काय करतात? It adapts self readily to rapid elongation. Then what about in old stems? It adds mechanical strength. Old stem, mechanical, कठीणपणा येण्यासाठी त्याचा उपयोग होतो. Then collenchyma provides mechanical support to the organ, and due to its peripheral position in stems, it resists bending and pulling action of wind. Bending, stem bends when there is action of winds. Winds come from this side, that will bend to this side. When winds come from this side, the stems will bend in this side. In this way, there is a pulling action, that is bending action is there. It resists that action, that is the function of the collenchyma. And third is a sclerenchyma. This is a sclerenchyma. What is the function of the sclerenchyma? What is the structure of the sclerenchyma? We know that sclerenchyma is a prominent, it is a simple permanent tissue which is derived, which is adapted for mechanical function. Which is adapted for mechanical function. Then the component cells, the sclerenchyma cells are considerably thickened, heavily lignified with simple pits. The sclerenchyma cells have hard secondary wall with low water content. Thus, it is distinguished from collenchyma tissue which has a plastic primary wall with high percentage of water. The shape and size of cells of sclerenchyma shows variations. This is a variations are there, large number of variations. वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे cells आहेत त्यामध्ये, and they may be placed into two groups, that is very much elongated cells are called sclerenchyma fibers. Sclerenchyma fibers are there, and while short cells are isodiametric or irregular, they are known as sclerites, or that is known as sclerotic cells. That is also known as sclerotic cells. This is a sclerites, irregular. There is no any particular shape to that cells. Then these sclerenchyma fibers are elongated, narrow with pointed ends. These fibers are there, and they have elongated and pointed ends. Okay. Then the walls are very much thick and usually dead when mature. Wall of that is dead, become dead when it is mature, and the lumen is much reduced. The lumen is there and it is much reduced, and the average length of fibers is 1 to 2 micrometer, but exceptionally long fibers may be present in hemp and flax to about 20 to 550 micrometer long in some plants. Means length of the fiber is not a matter, it may be differentiate, and the sclerenchyma fibers are present in the cortex, it may be present in pericycle, it may be present in phloem, and it known as a bast fibers. Then the xylem fibers are called wood fibers, and the wood fibers have bordered pits. The fibers may be present singly or in groups in any part of the plant. Generally they form a hypodermis and bundle sheath. In monocotyledonous stem and pericycle and a part of xylem and phloem in dicotyledonous stem. Then stone cells or sclerites, this is sclerites, are derived from the parenchyma cells. That cells are derived from parenchyma cells. We know that the parenchyma is the basics or fundamental cells, and the cells are isodiametric and have thick walls. They may be rounded, polyhedral, short, cylindrical, or irregular in shape. There is no regular shape, and the stone cells are dead with a narrow lumen, and the walls are lignified, sometimes fibrillized with a simple pits. They occur singly or in groups among the parenchyma, and they are mostly present in the cortex of the phloem. Then what is the functions of these sclerenchymatous cells? What is the function? The main function of sclerenchyma is to give mechanical strength and support to the organ. The sclerenchyma can withstand strains and stresses like flexion, compression, longitudinal pull in cylindrical bodies, and shearing stresses in leaves. In this way, there are different functions of the sclerenchyma. In this way, in this video, we have learned about the permanent tissue, that is called also simple tissue. In that simple tissue, you have learned about the parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, the structure and functions of all that cells. Thank you for watching. If you want to watch more videos, visit Dr. Vaigare's biology channel. Thank you.